Good morning students, welcome to the next lecture of electronic measurements and instrumentation. My name is TSS Nagapavan Kumar. Today our concept is DC voltmeters. So before entering into this DC voltmeters topic, before that we will see the basic meter movement operation. Before that first of all we will see what is the structure of these voltmeters. So see here we can see in these pictures how the analog voltmeter seems to be. So generally the voltmeter we can see here. Right. So this is a basic meter. This type of meters presently we can see in the bikes. So by the bike, the speedometer which indicates the speed from 0 to 120 kilometers per hour. So in this, when you are going with some speed, it will show either 30 kilometer speed you are going or 40 kilometer speed you are going. Like previously we have analog type of meters, voltmeters are available. So this voltmeter front side and back side it will be seems to be like this. Back side here we have plus and minus symbol connections. These two wires we are connecting across a component. Across a resistor we are placing these two terminals and we are measuring the voltage across the resistor, or we are measuring the voltage across any type of component or any type of device. How much voltage is there from that device. Okay, like that we are connecting this voltmeters. Generally this type of voltmeters we are connecting for measuring the voltages parallel to that device. When you want to measure the current from that device, you have to connect that ammeter in series. So generally voltmeter we are connecting in a circuit parallelly to that particular component. For measuring the current, we are connecting the ammeters in series with these components. In series with that components. Here, the concept how we are connecting is not the biggest issue here. How we are making these instruments is the biggest issue. So see here, in this meter, an arrow will be, a pointer is available. This pointer is rotating from left to right, right to left, left to right, right to left, based on the given input voltage. How these variations are coming, that we will see with the concept of basic meter movement operation. So they are the basic analog voltmeters or ammeters. Now these two are the advanced digital multimeters. These two multimeters here we are representing. One is digital. This is the advanced digital multimeter. This is analog multimeter. Both are multimeters. So in the previous slide, these two meters are indicating only one function. They are calculating either voltage or current or maybe resistance. Any one parameter we are measuring with this type of meters. But here in the right. With this multimeter we can measure voltage, current or resistance by using a single machine. So single function machines, multifunctional machines. So this is the multifunctional machine. So for that reason it is called multimeter. So this is the digital display consisting of multimeter. This is the analog display consisting of the multimeter. So we can call this is as digital multimeter. We can call this is the analog multimeters. Okay. So different types of multimeters are in the market presently available. With most of these meters are digital based meters for getting accurate information. So for identifying the basic meter movement operation, here we have to take the D-Arsenal principle. Based on the D-Arsenal principle, the deflections are getting. So see here we have a north and south poles behaviors. So I am representing two magnets. This is the north pole and this is the south pole. This is the south pole, right? So in between the north and south poles, like motor principle or like generator principle, we are doing here. We are creating an arrangement. That means we are creating a magnetic field with the help of north and south poles. In between this north and south poles, this magnetic field, we are placing a conductor, and the conductor for that conductor we have placed a coil. We have placed a coil. That means we have taken a wire. Here we have taken a wire and we have molded on this conductor. We have molded on this conductor, right? For this wire, we have two ends. One end is we are representing positive, or another end we are representing with negative. So these two ends we are connecting where we have to measure the voltage. For example, in electrical wire, 5 volts are available. Across that resistance or across the component, we have to connect the voltmeter. That means we need two terminals, that is positive and negative terminals. These two terminals we are connecting there. That means across the component, how much voltage is passing, the same voltage is passing through this electrical wire also. So when that voltage or current is passing through this electrical wire, okay, so at this conductor some electromotive force will be generated and some mechanical movement will be generated at this particular conductor. So now the conductor is moving either right side direction or left side direction, basic D'Arsenal principle. So this is the basic D'Arsenal principle. So this conductor is connected with a pointer. This conductor is connected with a pointer. This is the pointer. This pointer is moving in the right side and the left side directions. In a given span of 60 degrees or 30 degrees, the pointer is going to deflecting. So this is the basic meter. I'm not saying that this is the voltmeter, this is the ammeter. I am saying this is the basic meter. For this basic meter, we have to add some more components. Then it will act as a DC voltmeter. Then it acting as a DC ammeter. Like that, it is operating DC voltmeter or DC AC voltmeter, or maybe ammeters or maybe ohm meters. It will convert like measuring that type of voltages or currents. Presently, this is the basic meter only. It is not going to measure anything. Just see the construction details. The D'Arsenal movement employs a spring-loaded coil through which the measured current flows. So where the current is going to be flow, that current flow we have make like as a spring, and we have to connect to this conductor. That is the construction details. The coil, here the coil we are connecting to a conductor. Now the conductor is moving, so for that reason it is called rotor. So the coil is in the coil or rotor is in a nearly homogeneous field of a permanent magnet and moves in the rotary fashion. So this rotor we have to place in between the magnetic field. That is the coil arrangement. The amount of rotation is proportional to the amount of current flowing through the coil. How much amount of this conductor is moving, that is completely based on the flowing current through this coil. That is directly proportional to the movement of the conductor. Next, a pointer is attached to the coil. So see here, for this coil we have attached a pointer. This pointer is going to move. The pointer is attached to the coil, indicates the position of the coil and a scale calibrated in terms of current or voltage. It responds to DC currents only. It's very important. Generally, any type of basic meter will respond to DC currents only and has been almost a linear calibration. For example, if you want to measure AC voltages, then you have to convert that AC information, AC voltages into DC voltages, then it will measure the DC voltages. Okay, it responds to DC currents only and has an almost a linear calibration. The magnetic shunt that varies the field strength used for this calibration. So here we have to do a special operation called calibration for setting the meter in the correct position. That is very, very important. Now coming to that, the basic movement becomes a DC instrument. So see here, formation of DC instrument. Now at our side we have the basic meter. Now how to construct a DC voltmeter? Now how to construct a DC instrument? Okay, the basic meter movement becomes a DC instrument for measuring. So when we are doing these activities, the first one, if you want to measure the DC current by adding a shunt resistance, so see here the basic meter, if you want to make it like as a DC current measuring purpose, then we have to add a shunt resistance and it forming like as a microammeter or milliammeter or ammeter. For a basic meter, when you are added a shunt resistance, it is used for measuring the current values, that is DC currents. Next, coming to that, if you want to convert that basic meter as a DC voltmeter, then you have to add a multiplier resistance. Then you have to add a multiplier resistance series with this basic meter. Next, when you want to design this is for measuring the resistance, then you have to add a battery and resistive network. And you have to add a battery and resistive network in series with this meter. Then it acting as a ohm meter. So here we have totally 3 meters. For making a basic meter acting like as a DC ammeter when you are adding a resistance in shunt. Next, a basic meter is converting like as a DC voltmeter when you are adding a multiplier resistance in series with this basic meter, then it acting as a DC voltmeter. When you are adding a battery with resistive network, then it acting as a resistance measuring meter, that is ohm meter. Now, for forming AC instruments, what are the modifications we have to do? So see here, the basic meter movement becomes as an AC instrument when the first one, for AC voltage measurement purpose or AC current, AC voltage or current measuring purpose, adding a rectifier, forming a rectifier type meter, power and audio frequencies. At power and audio frequencies range, you have, for measuring this one, you have to add a rectifier circuit. For measuring AC voltages or for measuring DC voltages, you have to add a rectifier circuit. Next, RF voltages, radio frequency range, RF voltages are current measurements purpose. You have to add a thermocouple type meter for RF. So the thermocouple type for basic meter, you have to add a thermocouple type meter. If you are adding, then it is acting as a measuring RF currents. Next, expanded scale. For expanding the scale, you have to provide a high voltage probes and you have to add an external multiplier resistances. Then it acting as the extended meters. Extended scale for power line voltages by adding a thermistor in a resistive bridge network, forming an expanded scale from 100 to 140 volts AC meter for power line monitoring. For power line monitoring specifically, we have to add a thermistor for measuring the high amount of voltages. Now coming to that DC voltmeters concept. So in this DC voltmeters, we are going to see different types of concepts. First one, basic DC meter. Second one, multi-range voltmeter. Next, range extension meters. Next, solid state voltmeters. And last one, differential voltmeters. These are the concepts we are going to see in this lecture. So coming to here, how a basic voltmeter is formed. Just now I said that a basic meter, how it is converted like a basic DC voltmeter is completely based on the a multiplier resistance. So a multiplier resistance added in series with this basic meter, then it acting as a basic DC voltmeter. So see here, this is the basic meter. How the d'Arsenal principle is constructed, that basic meter I have used here. That meter has some resistance, that is we are calling as meter internal resistance RM. So here RM is nothing but as meter internal resistance, and current flowing through the meter is we are calling as IM, that is full scale deflection current IM. We can represent this one with IM or IFSD. Next, multiplier resistance, that is this is RS, and we are applying some voltage at here at these two terminals. Right, now coming to this total circuit resistance, we can call RT is equal to RS plus RM, multiplier resistance plus meter resistance, that is a total resistance. Okay, see some of the construction details. A basic directional movement can be converted into DC voltmeter by adding a series resistor known as multiplier resistance. Okay, next. The function of the multiplier is to limit the current through the movement so that the current does not exceed the full scale deflection current. That means whatever the multiplier resistance you are selecting, with the help of multiplier resistance, whatever the amount you are measuring, it cannot exceed based on the meter range. The full scale deflection will give the exact behaviors of the instrument. A DC voltmeter measures the potential difference between the 2 points in a DC circuit or a circuit component. This is, we know, the basic circuit component where the DC voltmeter we are connecting across a component. To measure the potential difference between 2 points in a DC circuit or a circuit component, a DC voltmeter always connected across with them in the proper polarity. With the proper polarity, we have to connect these voltmeters across the components. Now, we know the Ohm's law. From the Ohm's law, we can write V is equal to IR, where R is equal to Rs plus Rm, that is total resistance, and I is nothing but as meter resistance Im. So V is equal to Im into Rs plus Rm. Here we have to find the Rs value, multiplier resistance we have to measure, where Rs is equal to V by Im into Rm. So simply I am writing Rs is equal to V by Im minus Rm. So this is the basic multiplier resistance equation. So we have to remember this equation is very, very important for coming next to all the concepts. This is the basic equation. Okay, it's very important. Next, in this Im is nothing but as full scale deflection current through the meter, and Rm is the internal resistance of the meter, Rs is the multiplier resistance, and V is the full scale voltage of the instrument. Now, with this, here we have a small problem. A basic directional movement with a full scale deflection of 50 microamperes and internal resistance of 500 ohms is used as a voltmeter. Determining the value of multiplier resistance needed to measure a voltage range of 0 to 100 volts. This is the information they given. That means they given the V value, Im value and Rm value. So that is V is equal to 10 volts, and here the current they given 50 microamperes, and they given here the resistance, meter resistance is 500 ohms. So the voltage, that is the full scale deflection voltage, is 10 volts. Now we have to measure the multiplier resistance value. Rs is equal to V by Im minus Rm, that is equal to 199.5 kilo ohms by substituting all these values in this expression. In the same way, the second expression. In the second expression, the multiplier resistance we have to calculate with the help of sensitivity parameter. How to calculate the sensitivity? The sensitivity is equal to 1 by Im, that is 1 by Im, the full scale deflection current, 1 by the full scale deflection current is equal to sensitivity. In this expression, they have given the sensitivity parameter, that is they given 2 kilo ohms, right? They have not given the sensitivity parameter, they have given the current, and they are asking find the sensitivity. Sensitivity is equal to 1 by Im. They have given the current value, that is 1 by 500 microamperes, that is equal to 2 kilo ohms per volt. Sensitivity units are ohms per volt. So here the sensitivity we got 2 kilo ohms per volt. Now multiplier resistance is equal to, in the place of 1 by Im, I am substituting S value. S means 2 kilo ohms per volt into, where V is equal to 50 volts, that is a full scale deflection voltage here, that is 50 volts, minus 1 kilo ohm, that is a meter internal resistance. So after simplifying this one, we got 99 kilo ohms. 99 kilo ohms. So these are the problems. These are very, very simple problems we can solve easily. Alright. In the next lecture, we will see the concept of multi-range voltmeters. Okay, thank you.